Alright, ready? So we're gonna start. 1, 2,
Action.
3, 4. Action! Episode 2 of the podcast is here. We got a lot of topics, but first of all, we want to thank everyone who supported us on the video in the first one. And also, we just want to thank everyone for the feedback we got.
Everyone.
We appreciate that and definitely want that more in the future because that's going to help us get more content, better content. And one of the things that came up was one feedback from one of our uncles who was disappointed about something that we talked about.
He was very disappointed.
Very disappointed specifically in him and me a little bit.
Mainly you.
Boom, 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 boom.
But what he was disappointed about was...
We got saved. Let's go.
Thank you, Joe.
He's still a little disappointed, but he's disappointed that none of us were showing interest in learning bass. That we kind of basically shut it out and said that we don't have time for that, basically.
Listen, you're the one that said that you didn't have time. I'm just not an instrument person.
But you could learn, can't you?
yeah.
I could, but I just don't have that talent.
I think what you need is a drum set.
Oh.
I always see you drumming on something.
Yeah, dude, that'd be
I think
nice.
it's because I have ADD or something, bro. I don't know.
But you can keep a beat.
And then we can be a band.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Elias Stone's already, got that vocal talent.
Let's
just the
go.
guitar.
Something like that.
And I guess I'm learning bass.
I think we also need a keyboard. So,
I'll learn the keys too.
who do you think we should have for a keyboard? I think that'd be kind of cool.
Samuel.
No, he'll be our personal chef.
We'll see.
That's what.
But how do you guys feel like readdressing the issue of learning bass? Do you think? So I looked up a thing where it said they talked about like an average of how long it takes for somebody to learn, like to play the bass guitar.
It's not that long, right?
Well, what I found was 6 months to a year.
That's easy. That's
But
short.
depending, which is pretty short, I guess.
To be like good at it, or like what level of expertise are we talking about?
To be pretty average at it, like
Okay.
pretty good.
Okay.
Enough to be like
It's not too
considered like a bass guitarist. Obviously not an expert because that would
Right.
take a
Years.
lot more time. Yeah.
Is it different though than learning guitar? Like how
I would
fast?
assume it wouldn't be that different.
Right? It'd be
I
like
think
the same.
I'm assuming the placements are the same, maybe.
Well,
no,
'cause
I don't think they're the same. I would think they're different.
I don't know what the open strings are, but if that's different, then you're just gonna find notes scattered differently on the bass than the guitar. But it's still the same concept that the same spacing from an E to G note. It should be the same because each fret is like how on the piano they have the white keys and the black keys. On the guitar, that's a fret. So one key on the keyboard or piano, that's the white block, and then the black blocks are like the one next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same spacing between a guitar on the fretboard. So in theory, I think I'd assume that the bass is the same way.
I saw something they were saying like if you already know how to learn play guitar, it should be fairly a lot of that will
You
translate.
should be more comfortable with
Yeah.
what you're doing.
So Joe, this is for you. If you have a bass guitar, you just want me to lend it for a little bit. I'll dabble. Maybe I'll come over, play. We'll have a jam sesh. How about that?
And then I'll also for you, Joe, I will make time in my schedule
It's a
to
busy
learn.
schedule.
Oh,
But yeah,
snap.
we can share it too. So if you have an extra bass laying around, that will help us, get to that.
And
And
If
then-
you
Joe,
have an extra guitar, I'll be willing to learn that.
That'd be.
Wait, no,
I don't think he's
he-
got extra.
I think
He only has basses. Or
I think he has one or two.
you should
one.
get one of the mini guitars.
The
ukulele.
No.
Oh.
Like one Ben has the Coco guitar.
Oh yeah.
Get a mini electric guitar.
Yo, wait, is
They're
that
nice.
a thing? I
Yeah.
didn't even know that was a thing. Like,
Get a mini Fender Jazzmaster.
for real.
Yeah, those are dope. I want one, but I have too
Yeah.
many.
I'm good with just
Yeah,
pots and
alright.
pans.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get on that drum.
Get some more
Yeah.
pots. Get some more pans. There you go.
I like it.
But yeah, one of the feedbacks we got as well was that we were a little disorganized last episode. So that's why this episode we're starting to try to get more organized, which is why if you see me go a little forward and I'm just switching one of the like an outline slideshow that we have just to kind of make sure we stay on page. But now that we addressed some of the feedback, I don't know if you guys have anything else to share about the feedback we got.
I think you hit the majority points. I mean, this is a learning experience for all of us. So, obviously the more feedback we get, good and bad, I think it definitely helps the show.
Yeah.
Overall.
Sure.
So this episode should be a little bit better visually, a little bit better with audio as well, I hope. But obviously we do want to get better like audio by adding like maybe mics in the future. Since currently we're only using the one mic, but hopefully this doesn't sound too bad and everything sounds okay. We told Victor to speak a little louder since he mumbles a lot, so that should help out.
He's our mumble rapper, what can we say?
Yep.
But yeah, off to the next things, which is what we want to start. Kind of most of the podcast may start like this, which is kind of like a weekly update with what happened, anything that's come up during the week. So in our lives or anything of interest that came up during the week.
Like it.
So Eric, do you want to start it off with anything that you have to share this week? Anything interesting?
Let me see. Let me recollect my thoughts. So we currently just learned that we're going to get a lot more support online for work. So my team that was originally, I think, around 40 people, we are actually being split up, which we're kind of upset about. Just because in terms of if we need assistance, there's obviously if you have a larger group, you're going to have a lot more people with eyes on that specific group chat that we have. But with iPhone launch and other products coming, I don't know when yet. So I don't want to see that in the comments. I don't know.
When is it coming?
I don't know.
I want the new Apple computer to come.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the the Intel chip.
Oh yeah, the new chip.
It has a Apple chip
Yeah.
instead of a
So,
Intel.
Since we're getting prepped for that stuff, we are kind of getting split up to support more of our customers out there. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we didn't have my week is usually all just meetings, honestly.
How's Liam though?
And let me tell you about that kid. That kid is on a warpath.
I was hearing that he doesn't want to be like carried anymore.
No,
right?
he doesn't, because he likes to walk. So we make sure, since we have wooded floors, we have to have him with socks or now with shoes more than anything, so he gets accustomed to wearing shoes. But yeah, he'll smack you if you try to pick him up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he'll literally like get upset.
How do you feel about that though?
As a father.
In a way, it's. I mean, usually when he's walking, like, I mean, obviously I'm excited and amazed that he's able to walk and stuff like that. But when I'm working and he's like in his little play area, it kind of scares me because I'll have to be working, and like I blink and he's gone. So, and then like he'll get in the habit of like you're like, no, sit here. He'll like throw a fit or he'll throw his toys at you. So, yeah.
Damn, bro.
So it's like The Incredibles.
Yeah.
He's my Jack, yeah, for sure. And he'll bite you too. So,
Oh my
Bite.
god.
yeah, he's
My Luis Suarez, if you will.
his little Tasmanian devil. But that's pretty much it. I've had a little bit of here and there thoughts about career-wise. Might be. I don't think I told you guys that there might be a position open in Texas.
Oh
no.
snap, dude.
So
What would that mean for the channel?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, right. So the thing is, it's based in Texas, but there's an opportunity for me to possibly, if I get it, to stay here. And work
It's
just
like
and
remote.
remote. Yeah.
It's
So,
interesting.
I think it would require me to travel there for a few months and then come back. So it'd be kind of that kind of thing. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works out best for you, I guess.
That's for Apple.
It's for Apple.
That's
Dang,
it.
that's cool.
Is it like, so it'd be a step up though, right?
It would be a step up. It would be more on, I guess you could call it, say more in the call center corporate side,
That's good.
essentially,
That'd be good.
without getting too much away.
So at that point, you'd know the release date for things.
Listen, I don't even think our no, that's a
Our
lie. I
trusted
think our
leak.
CEO would know
Yeah.
when things are watching.
I hope so.
But
Yeah.
no, they keep things pretty tight sealed unless they want things to get out. So, you know, who knows?
That makes sense.
Victor, what are you doing?
Alright, so my week consisted of pretty much nothing. No, just kidding. Nah, so,
I wasn't surprised. No, I'm just kidding.
no, alright, so basically I started working on my chest and my shoulders because I haven't been able to do that for like the past, I don't even know how long now.
So, like,
it's been like 6 months or
6
something.
months, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited.
because you haven't been able to do that because of your shoulder injury,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, I know you had a shoulder injury.
Yeah, my shoulder was like injured for about I injured it like last year and like I still
It's like
haven't even
recurring injury.
yeah
'Cause, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
sense.
tough.
yeah but I've been like doing like really light like knee push-ups and like I've been doing a lot of back workouts like back exercises but I'm not using like the pull-up bar because apparently like that also can like injure your shoulder still
Yeah.
but yeah, so I've pretty much been doing like a lot of knee push-ups and sit-ups, like core workouts and everything, just to keep my core strong and everything like that. And
For the abs.
then yeah, you know,
Gotcha.
that's for the OnlyFans. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. So I've been making like progress. Actually.
That's good, yeah. I know you've been wanting to work out for a long
yeah,
time.
dude, yeah.
I'm just trying to deadlift again.
I
I miss
know.
deadlifting.
For real.
Don't even tell me about deadlifting.
I miss the gym, dude. I kind of want to. I wish we could like build our own gym though.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Dude, you can just buy gallons of milk and just go.
That's what some
I mean,
people are doing.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that.
Some people were doing like those water jugs, the big
yeah.
ones.
Mm.
They were filling stuff like that, and they were like using it to lift. But,
I'm
yeah.
about to go buy like a whole bunch of water jugs.
Yeah.
David?
Hey, was there anything else? That's the main
That was
thing.
the main thing, yeah.
I mean, my week was mainly just working on a lot of the editing and do for the church, and then this podcast, and then obviously my work, which is just Monday through Friday and like 9 to 5, kind of just doing my jobs, managing the servers. But was there anything else that I wanted to say? Kind of forgot, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't too busy, but it was just like.
How long does it usually take you to edit all the stuff?
It just depends. The one for the church sometimes can be a little bit more if I add a lot of like text boxes and stuff like that. But just with like work and everything, it just
Oh, and
didn't have
school.
time.
You have
Oh
school.
yeah, that was the
Did
main
you take
thing.
your midterm?
Yeah. I took
Okay.
my
Oh,
midterm. So I had to, so that was the other thing.
He
I
I
was
was
told
hoping he was gonna catch on to it before I asked.
I forgot, but that was the one thing I was. So I've been working on school, which is I've been going to like online school through Strayer University, trying to finish up my IT degree. But yeah, this week was like the midterm of the semester, so right now I have like an A in both of the classes, which is solid. So, but yeah, that's been going well. So midterm, so happy, halfway through it. But yeah, it's still a bit to go, but
There you go.
hopefully
When
be
does
able
it-
to finish
When
it
does the semester end?
in 5 more weeks.
5
So
more weeks.
the way they work in Strayer is it's like actually like quarters kind of,
No, it's
and then it's like 10 weeks basically, 10 to 11 weeks.
Mhm.
So
Interesting.
yeah, but that's why. So basically through the year, I'm taking 2 classes every quarter. So it's 8 classes a year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's kind of like Samoa's school too.
they do
Because
like
I think
3,
when you're
don't they?
done, well, trimester,
Trimester.
but that's excluding summer. They don't include summer.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's why you'd be done when Samoa's gonna go back
Yeah, I
to
think
school.
well actually I think I'll be finishing school around the time Samoa finishes up or close to it, or maybe a little before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, I just want to finish school to just get the degree. Not really because I think I don't think it's that important to me, just because in my career it's mostly like I already have the IT job and the experience,
Right.
but I just want to kind of check it off. Like I'm
have
done with
have
it,
a little bit
so
of
I can forget about it. Yeah.
Is that gonna be like your bachelor's? You said.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the bachelor. Yeah.
Oh snap!
But yeah, that'd be
It's
good.
also a bachelor.
He's an eligible
Hey.
bachelor.
That is true. I mean, it is what it is. You know.
It is what it is.
What about you, Ben? What you got going?
Well, I
on?
kind of got a new position at work.
Yeah,
I got
Yeah.
yeah. So I was a barista just about a week ago, and then I'm a barista trainer now. So what I do is just train the new employees, the new hires on
It
what's a latte.
gives you a little bit more extra revenue in it.
Yeah, something like that. I get a little money here or there. You know, no big deal.
Wait, do you want to talk about how you
What's
got
the-
locked out on it?
Oh yeah, so the training process.
No
is
names,
about,
no names.
Yeah, but you know who you are. So the training process is 3 days long, right? So I trained her the first, second, third day, and
I know.
she took a very long time because we have these modules on the computer that she has to finish, and that took her forever, like an abnormal amount of time.
Yeah.
And on the third day, you know, it was an 8-hour shift, and we get like 2 10-minute breaks and a half. And it was the first 10-minute break, 2 hours into the shift. She goes out, goes to her car or whatever, and she texts the manager saying like, "Hey, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna have to quit." And then that was it on the last shift.
That's crazy.
And so she left me.
But you still get the bonus.
I do.
For
You still get the
training,
bonus
yeah.
for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then technically, like, I could have gone home that day because my only job during those days is to train the new like hires. But I ended up just like still working.
I heard you pulled a David.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
So David's quote is like, "This is not in my job description, right?" He, you know.
Only do what's
This
requested.
is like
of you.
credo.
Yeah.
That's my-
That's my creed in life. But you can put that in my tomb. Like when I die on the tombstone, only did what was on his job description. for me.
Living, not in my
Yeah.
job description.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Completed job description.
Yeah, but there's this. So we also have a new employee who I didn't train, but she's been working for a while. You know who she is.
Yeah.
And she was like asking me to grab something or something like that while I was training the new hire, and I was like, "Listen, that's not my job description, because my only job is to help the new hire or like to train her."
Exactly.
And so I was like, "Nah, I can't do that for you."
Yeah, she should have been doing that.
Yeah, and she could do it, you know.
So, do you hop from Starbucks to Starbucks helping, or do you just stay at that one?
Just that one. So yeah, we hired at our location 3 new people, including the one that quit on me.
So now
So
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm training 2 of them, and this week and then the week after I'll be training that one too. And if we hire someone else,
I mean, I feel like it was a win-win for you though.
yeah, I mean it was fine. It was my
There's one more person to train
yeah,
again.
and it was good practice. She was the first person I trained, and she said to me that I was like, "Oh, you're like really calm and patient with me." So I was like, "I guess that's good," but
That
she
is
still
good.
quit.
Well, but it sounds like it was just personal.
But maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't her cup of coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Eric
like
said coffee.
Oh no!
triggered. But
You
yeah,
can't beat him.
Join them.
Join
True.
yeah, but she was like around mid-40s too, and that's typically not the average age of a new hire. And her previous work experience hasn't been anything similar to that, I would say. So it's just a lot for her, and a lot of like
Makes
learning it a lot too.
And she wasn't even working for that long either in her previous job.
Yeah,
It was like a max of like 3
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, if you're not, in a sense, familiar with that, then it just makes sense to why, that wouldn't work out for you. Because I'm sure, like, I've seen Starbucks. We all have seen Starbucks be super busy.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, the fast pace just gets to you. Like, I've never really worked in a
Mhm.
fast paced environment like that. So, and then at the same time, you're making something that's highly customizable for some people.
Yeah.
So, and you have to get it right. and you have to know what is in it and what's not in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's the thing you gotta work. You gotta kind of think about.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
It
is what it is.
But yeah, we'll see how this week goes with training the new person.
It's
Again.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome job,
That
Ben.
was my week.
Proud of you.
Good for you.
One thing we did though, as a group though, we were able to play soccer and volleyball this week.
Oh yeah.
Soccer was finally different because it was normally we've been playing like 2v2, 3v3.
Yep.
But this week we finally got to play like 5v5, which was
Yep.
a whole different game. So
No,
Different
honestly,
animal.
yeah, that was like so much more challenging for sure because I'm not
You
used
have
to
to let you
running as
think.
much. like
yeah,
that,
and you have to be more organized. You can't just
Yeah.
like do whatever you want.
That too, for sure. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I liked that, and hopefully we'll be able to play more.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well,
Because
Benji's injured.
I'm dying
yeah.
a little bit. I tore my quad, I think.
One of the muscles in there.
Yeah, the sartorius muscle, if you will.
What?
The Jacob
I
Sartorius
was gonna
muscle.
say.
What the
Yeah.
Sweatshirt, but yeah, I kind of like really hurt that. It's been hurting for like 3 weeks now, and once I think it's okay, I play, and then it's not okay.
I feel you. Makes sense.
And I'm not one to not try when I play too, so
Yeah.
that's
So that's why we normally we were playing like a couple of days in the week,
Yeah.
but this week was just one day this week because we gotta make sure Benji doesn't get more injured and tries to rest a little bit.
Because we might have a potential
Yeah.
season in the works
Mhm.
Maybe, but we'll
if
see.
everything is.
I think it won't be until
Working
fall.
Not
Like,
after fall.
September, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're talking
So,
about.
Oh yeah,
It's
we're
still
already
August.
August.
We're in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because I didn't
But
look at
he-
the website earlier this week. I think it was looking. They're looking at deadline, and September 12th or something like that.
Because also, if our team wants to play, because we have the other members.
Yeah, we'll see. But
That's
hopefully, I mean, we'll see. We gotta practice more, like with the 5-a-side. But yeah.
For sure.
And then the other thing was volleyball. That's been interesting.
Let's go.
Something different. We normally don't. We didn't play volleyball really at all in the past. But then this year, like
It
ever
just-
since COVID, basically, we just
just
started.
makes it so much more. It's good because like you get tired because you can't really play soccer because the turf is like super hot, but the sand
Yeah,
is like
And it's a nice
it's not super hot.
I think it's good exercise when it's like different. You kind of
to
like
switch it.
you kind of rest a little bit in a sense of like the muscles that you use for like soccer, where
Yeah.
it's more like push off and like extension.
power.
It's more like with your upper body, I guess, and like
Mhm.
moving around.
Yeah.
It's just a
But-
different, yeah.
But I like it. It's different, but it's definitely something that's been cool to add to our
For sure.
play.
Experiment with.
Yeah,
For sure. I liked it.
And I love volleyball, honestly.
of course a cowboy,
Cowboy.
but yeah. But that's what's been going on in the week for us, I guess. Next, we want to go into the next category that we had for this podcast, which was the life goals that we had. This was recommended from the feedback. So also, like, if you have anything you want us to talk about, message any one of us or message on the Instagram page for Is For Last Podcast. And we can always add it in to any of the podcasts.
Feel free to comment below too.
Yeah,
We
comment
look at
below
those.
there.
We will read those comments.
Add anything you guys want us to talk about. But one of the things was life goals for us just in our future. So I guess we should start with that.
Again, my life goals, if we're looking at probably in the next 5 years, I'm looking to be in a higher position than I am now within Apple, if possible. If not possible with Apple, hopefully another big Forbes company. But also we want to possibly move out, get our own apartment, I don't think a house yet or anything like that,
Yeah.
crazy like that. But I think an apartment would probably be a good space. Hopefully a car at that time and stuff like that. So that's within the 5 goals, and then obviously 5-year goal, I should say. And then hopefully 10 years from now, maybe a house with a backyard, picket fence.
What What kind
House.
of
House.
what kind of mortgage would you get on that house?
Listen, because I'm young, right? Because I mean, look. So let me give it context. Me and Benji had this discussion of what's better, a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage, fixed.
Obviously fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not debatable.
Yeah. So we both did a little bit of research, right? So the reason why 15, I think, is better, right? If we're looking at it, again, depending on the person, if you're able to pay a higher, I think from what I've read, even if it sometimes depending on the place, it can even be like double what the 30-year would be. Sometimes depending on what the.
What do you mean the mortgage?
Yeah.
So
So
the monthly
like say if you're
mortgage.
paying like 1,000, it could be like 2,000. For
Yeah.
example, right.
Yeah.
So if you're able to make that quota, right,
Mhm.
to pay that part, and you're still able to save, if you're financially able to, it just makes more sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's without including, insurance, HOA, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously you're gonna have a lower interest rate. From what I was reading is they don't give out as much 15-year rates mortgages because a lot of times people can't, right? Financially,
Mhm.
but that's why. So like my thing is if you're financially able to, I guess, and then the thing that's the biggest thing that affects this, right, is if you're able to, it obviously makes sense. I think the way they compared it, you save yourself around $80,000
Mm-hmm.
of money from the two on just interest alone.
Mhm.
So that's huge, right? And if you can't, if you can hold off on the renovations and things like that, and still like have a fund where you can make adjustments and stuff like that, it just makes financially more sense to do it if you're able to.
Mhm.
And again, that's the biggest thing. Is if you're able to do it.
Yeah. And
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So I agree. It's very important. It depends a lot on the person too.
Right.
If they're financially able. First of all, it's already a good thing that you are buying a house because that's
Right.
in itself an investment, an asset, helps build your equity and all that.
You can build it a lot faster.
Mm-hmm. So the reason, there's a few reasons I always say that the 30% or the 30-year mortgage is better, is because one, inflation. So the $10 that you have right now is a lot more valuable than $10 30 years from now. So the money you have right now is more valuable. And that's same follows with 15 years from now. $15 or $10 now is more valuable than in 15 years. So the longer that's going, the less value you're putting into it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So inflation is a key part in that, and also the monthly mortgage is less in a 30-year loan, or in 30
Of course.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So say with your example, you said $2,000 for the 15-year,
Right.
right? Let's say for argument's sake, $1,200 because we do pay more interest.
Right.
So with that extra $800, right?
I see. Right.
Instead of that, with that $800, you could invest in the S&P 500, and with that, you'll make an average return of 8% annually, which in turn, even though you are paying more interest, you're paying more money. More money's going into that house. If you invest that money, you'll make more money overall in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
Also, with that money, say hypothetically you want to get into like real estate investing, buy more property. What they ask you for is how much are you paying a month. They don't care how much you've already paid off. They care how much you're paying every month. And the more you pay a month, the less they're likely to give you more money for another loan.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
So
say
that's
that
why.
again? So the more
Yeah.
you pay,
Because of the income to debt ratio.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you're if you're making a certain amount, but you're paying more because they calculate what the level of risk is. So, because obviously when someone loans you money, they want to make sure that they're gonna get an invest on their return plus a little bit more if they're charging you interest, right? So to his point, it makes sense because they have to, because if you're not paying much, so if like, you have money that you're kind of just that extra, for example, that $800, that's income that you have kind of to play with, right? So then in that case, that makes sense for them, if you want, and this all depends on the person, right? Because the person might not want to invest; it might just want to turn that back into their property, or like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So that's what banks look for because they're not going to loan you if you're making $2,000 a month, and with bills and everything you're left with $500. The odds are that you're going to be able to afford another place is not going to be ideal. That's why they'll be like, okay, cool, we'll give you that, but they'll charge you a super high interest rate.
Yeah.
So then now you're even more in the red because of that interest. So that's why. So like and again, so it really depends what you're doing, financial side of it, because you have to be financially savvy.
The position
And
that
just
you're
makes
in.
and just because if you think about it, if you pay the 15-year, again, if you're able to, if you're able to pay that off, you can manage that property and just manage the market depending on where it goes. So you can definitely, after you've paid it off, you can finally do those renovations that you looking to do and boost up the rate, rather than where if you are still in the 30, you can still make those renovations. You just can't make them at a bulk spot. You have to kind of pick and choose which takes priority.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because our house renovations are not cheap at all. So that's all depends. And because now you're talking about like where the market is. If the market, like even with this pandemic, the market really wasn't affected as much as I think. Again, I don't know, I'm not a real estate agent, but people were still buying houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it didn't stop.
It's the people who were working remotely. They were still allowed to buy
Right.
houses.
So again, it's a weird way because it really ties down to what your financial status is, unfortunately. And
That makes sense.
and if you're securely, again, that's why people who are wealthier, you tend to go for that option because
It all goes back to just investing, like
Investing.
using your money wisely.
because you can only do either one. Either option is great.
Yeah, for sure.
Either option is great, but it depends on what your future goal is. Because if you're cool with, like, you're a new homeowner and stuff like that, then you'll be good. Like, you can do that 30, and you can, toss it to your family, to your kids after you're done or whatever it is.
What do you think, Victor? Would you go 15, 30?
I think it all depends on my position.
Yeah.
Say your position.
Yeah, because
Where you are with you and your wife.
Zach.
Husband.
I don't know about that.
Hey.
We don't discriminate.
I mean, I agree with Ben. I mean, mainly because me as a person, I like more. I don't care about the long term. I'd rather go long term, and then just have less to pay like upfront, and then that way, I guess I do it. I think about it that way, but I didn't think about explaining it that way. But it's because of that you have more money to work with and your current, so you can use it like either whether you want to treat yourself or you want to use that to invest in other things. So I vote team 30 month. Like
I mean, both are really
but
good.
both are good
And
options.
there's also that nice relief if after you're done with the 15 years, you don't have a mortgage to pay, which is super relieving.
Do you still stay with 15?
I still stay with 15.
Interesting.
Mainly because you could also then essentially, if you really want to invest it into another property, you have now that you're not paying those $2,000, you have that money that you could definitely do that too.
Yeah,
So
for
you
sure.
might not even want to go to a big house or upgrade to a big house. You might want to do several properties here and there
Yeah.
where that might not, again, all location really, you might not have that option with
Same thing
30
you've been saying. Yeah.
Either way, I think it's great that you're even like in 5 years, hopefully you'll have like a house
Thinking
or
about
maybe
that,
even
yeah.
10.
I mean,
It's like super.
yeah, dude, I mean, like,
It's good.
these, and it's weird though, because I wish that schools would talk about this a lot more.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
And talk about
Yeah.
anything
Because
finance.
because I feel like financials in general, like you said, because I feel like it's weird because like I graduated in 2014, right? And the class after me, I think the freshman class that was coming in, they were now required to take financial.
It's like
personal
personal
finance
finance
or
slash
Are you
something.
econ.
serious?
Yeah. So they.
Dude.
So again, I don't know what the curriculum was, but to have any type of understanding of how to pay
Yeah.
bills, what credit is, right?
Yeah.
What the benefits of a higher, lower interest rate, all that other stuff, you know, things like that. And then I'm not no mathematician, but even if you explain those to me, you know, you could save people going into debt.
For sure.
Like many of our, I think, our other generation or our generation, where they take out a credit card and they max it out,
Yes.
and they don't even, and then when the bill comes, it's like their interest rate is like 25%. Or when you buy, because I saw this a lot when I used to work at CarMax, people would buy a car, get it for a loan, not knowing that the interest rate was 25%.
That's how they give you like a
So that's how they get you. They're like, oh, cool.
0%,
They-
12 months, no
'cause,
intro.
I feel like you literally
interest.
hear you're approved, and like everything goes, like
Yeah.
everything flies out the window. You're like, let's do it. Like that's all I care about. Let's do it. You don't realize that sometimes you're paying, like if you're getting a $20,000 car, for example, you're paying like 45,000
Yeah,
in the end or
insane.
something. You know, I mean, obviously that's an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Sometimes, again, depending on the car.
Yeah.
But like that's the case, right? So that's what I wish someone would have told me. You know, that would have saved me hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think the youth though are like the younger. This generation's more focused on that too, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's because of a lot of people like us
Yeah.
or like other YouTubers who are telling like, yo, these kids like get more focused with their
Yeah.
investments and stuff and the finances.
I mean, look at I don't know if you've been on YouTube lately, but they're like promoting Robinhood, like investing in stuff,
Oh,
in
yeah,
stocks
yeah.
and stuff like. Think about that.
Robinhood.
Think about or Acorns.
I
you
use
know?
I actually use
Use
those.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those are things that no one talked about unless you were, you
Yeah.
know,
And
you. The thing is that and it's funny though because I saw because I'm on. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Joe Rogan podcast. He had Kevin Hart on it, and it's something that I ended up listening to it, and it was kind of interesting. Is that no one gives you advice unless you go looking for it.
That's
Yeah.
so,
Right.
That's true.
So
that's true.
it's not. It's like if I know something and David doesn't, I'm not gonna go. I don't like me as older generation
Mhm.
doesn't go to David and be like, hey David, do you know about this?
Yeah.
Until David comes to me and I'm like, I gotta share my secret.
Mhm.
That's why people who are wealthy stay wealthy because they don't share their secrets. You know what I'm saying? It's an elite group. That's why the elite stay the elite.
Well, I
The
feel
ones
like
that
a lot of those people though just feel like they shouldn't. Well, they don't really feel like I have to share with them because they focus on themselves only.
Right.
So, which
That's-
I mean, I probably would be the same way, but just 'cause that's how I am. But that's the kind of mentality that those people have,
Yeah.
which is why they're successful though. Because if they stop to like help someone else out, that's time that they wouldn't have put into their own thing.
Right, but I mean, and I get that because I feel like I would, again, depending on the situation, I'd probably do the same thing. But at the same time, it's like I've grown up seeing my parents not be financially always there, so why wouldn't I want to help give information to
Yeah.
have people be in their
Yeah,
position?
Exactly.
Think about how many people would not be so homeless or not be in debt or things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it would make a dramatic change, or maybe it might, but these are things that you know you could do little, like you plant the seed and you just let it grow.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Sure.
it's a different thing.
So-
It all depends.
What about you, Victor? What you got going for your future?
So I've had like, I've always like, I think
Talk about me.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked though.
5 years ago, I really started looking into like trying to understanding like making goals and focusing on trying to like plan out things and like schedule, and I feel like that's really helped me a lot over these past 5 years. Like I feel like I've actually like really been able to like accomplish a lot. Like I can look back and be like, wow, like I've actually, I mean, it might not seem like much, right? But like in reality, it is kind of like I have been taking steps
Mhm.
up like the ladder, you know, or the stairs, whatever you want to say. But
The rungs.
Exactly. So I mean that's why I just keep on trying to like make new goals every time, and like I make little ones. Like so I'll make like so like I'll make like a 5-year goal, right? And then with the 5-year goal, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get there? So let me.
How far out have you gone, like in your goals?
I keep it. So far, I've done like 5, but I mean, 10 years would be a good thing to do. Like
So right now you have a 5-year goal plan,
Yeah.
and then small plans there.
Yeah.
What are some of them?
So like, alright, so the main one is like 5-year goal is to obviously be like successful as a recording artist, right?
Elias Stone, check him
Yeah.
out.
Link in the description.
Specifically, I like to, because I did research too, and I feel like it makes sense that if you make your goals like a little larger than like reality, even
yourself.
you push yourself, right? You're more challenged or whatever, right?
Well,
But you still want to make like more
Reasonable.
Yeah, but so anyway, like 5-year goal would be is recording artists be like able to make like $1 million, right? 3-year goal. So that's my 5-year, right? So like how am I gonna get to that? So then I put like little details like, so okay, 3-year goal, that means in 3 years I have to
Secure the bag.
Yeah, exactly. But,
Get the deal.
so in 3 years it's like I have to make sure that at that point in time I've released like at least 1 or 2 successful albums. I've gained a certain amount of fans at that point that are willing to buy my stuff. I have like a certain amount of followers on like social media and whatever, and then I'm posting regularly, right?
So successful for you will be more about money, like profit, I guess, and then also number count, I guess, right?
Yeah, like because you want to make
like
your goals
views
like,
and listens.
Yeah, specific.
Yeah.
So like, how am I gonna be? It can't just be like my 5-year goal is to be like a successful recording artist, because that's like
It's too broad.
Too broad.
Yeah, exactly. So and then like with 3 years, okay, in order to get to that point, like, what do I have to do in 2 years or in 1 year?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected that. Is that your only kind of goal? Is mainly more about your music career?
That's like the biggest one for sure.
I mean, I agree with you. I'd probably, if I were in your shoes, I'd probably focus on that too.
Yeah, because like that's like, to me, that's like my
Passion.
career. Yeah, like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
It doesn't make sense for me. Like to me, it doesn't make sense to like try to focus on getting a career in something else if what I really want to do is over here.
No, I agree. Yeah, it makes
How am I
sense.
gonna get there?
Follow your heart.
Yeah.
During that point, though, before you get successful, I guess, would you, like right now you're working at Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
Are you looking to do something else, or are you?
That's the thing where I'm in right now, is because I possibly, most likely, gonna be moving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So within like those 6 months, I feel like it's better for me to stay at Starbucks for now. And if I change jobs right now, then it's gonna be a lot harder for me to.
They kind of like chained to that.
Yeah,
job.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or you leave with a bad note.
Right. So I rather stick with Starbucks for now, and then when I move or whatever happens, I either I can stay at Starbucks for a little bit longer, and while I'm looking for something else, wherever I'm
Yeah.
at, and then from there,
It makes sense.
yeah.
It's a good plan.
David?
What do you do?
Mine, I don't really go into like a goal as in future, like 5 years, 10 years, or like any like certain number. I think of it just like even like day to day, like you just want to keep getting better and better at what you do and like who am I, like who I am. So like in terms of me as a goal in the future would be to grow one in my role as in the IT, to just continue learning more, being more involved, getting more responsibility. And then in terms of my career is kind of at a good point where I'm a junior system admin, which kind of leads into just a system admin and then senior system admin. I don't really have any goals to go into like management too much, just because I'd rather be the one doing the work rather than being the one managing the work, where sometimes you kind of get stuck just like handling meetings and stuff rather than actually being in charge of like projects and doing the work, which is what more I like. So my career-wise there is always going to be IT. I don't plan on changing at all.
Right.
As far as hobbies go, obviously we play soccer, which I love to do, and then also is just recording like videos, editing stuff, just kind of learning more and being better at that. I think during the last like even 3 months, I've gotten way better, and I also want to continue being better and learning more techniques, learning more skills. But that would be where my goals lie. Maybe making my own like YouTube channel, like for myself. So that'd be a possibility. But yeah.
I have a question. When are you gonna get Adobe Premiere Pro? As your editing software.
When the contract comes through
Alright.
and I pay for
Gotta
it.
secure the bag.
Gotta secure the bag first. So.
If you're watching this, hook us up a little bit. You know, that'd be nice.
But yeah, as far as that, there's that and that. So that's hobbies and also the career. And then also one more thing is just like growing as like a person, like being just a better person with like my actions, my thoughts. So all that is just I live like kind of day to day instead of looking like in 5 years I want to do this. I kind of be like, what can I do tomorrow? What can I do tomorrow? What can I do next week? And kind of like focus on the short, so that way there's always something I build and build and build to get better and better. But that's the way I look at my goals like in life. But yeah, obviously like just kind of like normal. But it's every day just get better and better.
That's like another thing that I wanted to say too is that like because you can't just look at 5 year, 10 year. I feel like
a lot of people get stuck in like 5 years, and then they get to like 3 years, and it's like, dang, I can't get there.
Yeah.
So I like to go little, like you said, you have short-term goals and then the long-term. That's good.
Yeah.
I think short-term is kind of the key to kind of like get you rolling.
Because it's like once you complete the short-term goals and you keep doing short-term,
before
you
you
look
know
back
it,
and you're like,
yeah.
rungs, dude, you're climbing them. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, true.
That's really good though. I guess for me, be in 4 years or 3 years now done, have my bachelor's in IT, and even before that, I'm hoping that
I'll have some sort of position in the IT field.
I'm sure you will though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like kind of pushing myself into a certain direction right now, but
He just wants to copy me.
I see that's the whole point. Cause Eric, I don't know if you know, but so I took this the A+ certification exam.
Yeah.
That didn't go so hot. So now I'm like thinking of maybe applying to like Best Buy in the near future, which is the whole point of me trying to get the A+ because I wanted to skip that.
Why don't you come work at Apple?
You'll hire it.
You could probably do that.
I could probably see. I
Yeah,
could
we
probably
did
pull
that.
some strings. I mean, I'm not gonna say you're gonna get guaranteed hired, but I could probably. Pull
I'd say you could go that route.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that kind of be better actually?
It's
No, in the IT world, they do is mainly Windows. So normally, if you go to Apple,
It's Linux too.
it's
sometimes.
okay. Like it translates because it's technology, but it's not the same. I would say, at least in my opinion, and I'm like in the IT world. But
A lot
it's still
of
good.
systems run on Windows,
mhm.
Makes sense.
but at the same time, it depends on what you want to do in the IT world.
Yeah, but either way, like if I did hypothetically work for Apple, I'm still in IT. Unlike where I'm at right now, I'm just in like the food industry per se.
I think you could still apply to like a help desk job or something like that. Because you never know. Like,
that's true.
and then if you get the right person to train you,
The toughest too though, is that it would be like part time,
true.
which is like, cause I definitely want to finish school.
I think working at like one of those, like an Apple or a Best Buy,
Yeah.
might be the better route. Just because it gives you more flexibility.
Mhm.
Because that's what happened to me when I went to an IT job. I kind of focused so much on the IT job that I put school aside when I could have probably already finished it.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things
As you
when
go
you.
up the ladder too, they sometimes look at that specifically as well as a key pillar in terms of your education.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just something I've been like thinking about recently. Nothing really set in stone yet.
But besides that, hobbies, I'm trying to, I kind of said in the last episode, just learn more instruments as a hobby because I love music, maybe piano, maybe bass.
Mhm.
show if you're watching. But yeah, just then like something that you said that reminded me of me is that I try to like have at least a time dedicated to just playing guitar for a little bit, just to help practice that craft.
Yeah.
And even if it is just maybe like an hour, or like learning a song that took me 15 minutes, like this past week, it just took me 15 minutes, but it's still something that is, I'm still getting practice out of it.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I think one of my short-term goals is maybe get like a PC, so build a PC, because that'll also be experience in like the IT field. But
Yeah.
then after I build that, get like a music making software, and you know just dabble with that in my
For
free
the
time.
Elias
Garage
Benji
band.
2-time collaboration.
Yeah. So I kind of have my what's this saying? The eggs in many baskets right now, but
A Renaissance man.
yeah, I'm a Renaissance. Yeah, which you know doesn't give me that much free time per se. I don't watch that much TV these days, but you know it is what it is. Yeah, so those are my life goals.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
I think all of us have good plans for the future, which is great to see, because we don't want somebody to just be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
We have some serious problems. We'd have to be like,
yeah,
we have to talk to them.
but yeah.
I think the
I'm
one
glad
thing
that
we
all of you
overlooked,
guys
though,
are like focused on
I
something.
think the one thing we overlooked though, because we just started, is as a group we want to bring this channel and this show to what it can be as well. I think even though we've talked about doing a podcast for a while, now that we're actually doing it, like where do we see this going, right? And I'm not saying let's put a 5-year plan on it, but let's I think it's definitely taking this a week by week, making it a learning experience, because it definitely helps us grow. I think it's amazing that we're able to have these discussions, first of all, because I don't think people really have these discussions as much.
Yeah.
No, not really.
So for us to have this, it's good, man. I mean, I hope this channel does well. I hope the show that does well. I hope we continue to learn from each other, as well from our guests that we might have in the future. So I mean, overall, I think this project that we have together is good too.
And it's something fun for us. Like we
Yeah.
enjoy doing this. That's why I can see
Exactly.
it growing, because we don't
That's
see
why
an end per se.
Yeah, I can see us do a weekly podcast, because I feel like all of us easily can talk about anything if we want.
Yeah,
like
for
how
sure.
we went off about finances and
Yeah.
mortgages.
It's more where that came
I
from.
feel like, which is funny, because I feel like, you know, a week or two ago, I mean, we wouldn't have pictured ourselves talking about stuff like that.
Not at all.
But maybe like lightly, but going into details, like you did some research. So that's kind of cool thing for us to grow as people, to learn more about stuff and topics as well. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, also in 5 years, one of my goals is to maybe increase my investment portfolio by
Hey.
5 times.
Hey.
There you
Let's
go.
see. Maybe we can do that.
There
You
you
know,
go.
if we're going the Victor route, getting a number on paper, you know, why not?
I like it, I
We
like
can
it.
do that.
But yeah, I mean, that's our life's goals. So that's a pretty cool topic. Thanks for the person who suggested it.
you
Again,
so much.
anybody else who has any suggestions, any topics you guys want us to hear us talk about, go ahead, comment, and then message us as well.
Like and subscribe.
Always like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell.
Just a little ding.
Somewhere
Mm-hmm.
around there.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's like right. No, it's right there if you're on the phone.
Oh,
If you're on the phone, click right here.
Sure.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
We had a coffee break, but today we have 2 random people.
Random?
Two
Not
people
random.
made an
Whoa.
appearance.
Whoa,
I
hey.
just met them.
They walk in here.
One's doing a return from the previous podcast.
Jacob.
A return, one of the favorite guests we have on the channel.
Yeah, of all the guests.
But today,
literally my room.
And then yeah, the owner of the set himself,
Give it up.
Samuel.
It's mine.
Samuel
Samuel
Romero,
Romero.
the other Romero.
You know,
AKA John with no H.
AKA
Make
John,
sure to-
AKA Jonathan, AKA Samuel.
aka Lomas.
Yeah.
So, you talk like Victor almost, a little
Alright.
mumbly.
So we asked them to join this airtime of the video because we're doing the most likely to. So we have questions, and the first question is, who is most likely to get upset? Or
So
mad?
I say, let's take 2 seconds to think, and then count it down and point to whoever's gonna get whoever.
Upset, like
Okay, ready?
anything.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Who is
So,
Anything.
Who is most likely to get upset out of this whole group?
Okay.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
We didn't even no, there's no need to. I know I was gonna get picked.
Do you want to defend yourself at all? Or?
You get 3
For
lives.
those who aren't watching, aren't watching it, just maybe listening, we all pointed to Samuel, because we all think, I guess, he's the most to get upset. How do you feel about that, Samuel?
You know what? It is what it is.
Ay, why am I doing this?
True.
Because you love it.
It's a little awkward.
So should we give a little context on why we think?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't necessarily get upset.
Wait.
Such a lie.
I think I get confrontational a little bit because, you know, some things that are said are not the brightest per se. At times, some people don't think before they speak,
I told you.
and so that's why at times it may seem like I get upset. What I'm trying to do is just correct the wrong.
So when you're
Yo,
upset,
comment if you think Samuel's upset right
do you
now.
think
For
before
those that really know.
do you think before you speak when you're upset though?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
For everything?
I try to. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I remember this one time when we were in the car and Sammy got mad because, what was it, Victor and tacos?
Oh my god.
Well, that was because we were all very hungry.
Hold on. Tell the backstory. Tell the backstory.
I think you can tell us.
No, I mean we were in Florida, and it was very late at night. I think we were coming back from visiting a family friend house or something like that, and everyone was hungry, and we were all
angry.
And my dad was driving, and when he
You can say
drives, and we tell him to do things, he gets very angry for no reason when he's
True,
not
true.
when he's not doing the right thing. But whatever.
Which makes Samuel get upset.
He's like our dad in that sense because if he's right, he knows he's right, he thinks he's right, and it is what it is. Like he's right.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Ben disagrees.
No, I'm telling them not to do what.
I did.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Continue.
What's going on?
Go ahead.
Continue.
Go ahead.
Go.
You have to look at it.
Anyways, but yeah. So we're talking about food, and then Victor brings up tacos for some reason. He's saying that they only come if you order one, it comes with 3, and it always comes with 3, but.
Well, he said that there was only 3 types of tacos.
Oh, right.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Yeah,
oh, I
He
forgot
says
about
there's
that.
only 3 types
He
of
says
tacos.
there's 3 types of tacos. There's chicken, steak, and fish, right? And that's
Oh.
it. Which,
That's
as everybody knows, or everybody should know, if you don't, then go to a taqueria.
So many tacos.
There is
You mean
so
taco?
many.
Tacos are
The
True.
octopus.
There's
Taco
al
Bell's one.
pastor, there's birria, there's
Carnitas.
lengua, there's carne asada, pollo asado,
Not only that, but they also come with different things, different
Mhm.
flavors.
different types of one. If you get a different,
Yeah, Victor.
if you get a different
He's from
fish,
Cali, bro. He don't know.
if you get a
Oh
different
my
fish, it's gonna taste very
Wait,
different.
That's where like all the good
Do you
Mexican
think
tacos are.
tacos should have lettuce and tomatoes?
Do I think?
And cheese.
And cheese?
All the time.
Why do I feel like no matter what his answer is, he's gonna get roasted?
For real,
No,
though.
but like, do you personally like them more like that? Like,
I think it depends on like the type of taco we're having.
Basically, do you think tacos should look like the ones they offer at Taco Bell?
Victor, do you
like
think?
Tex-Mex.
Victor, do you think when you eat tacos, it has to come with a Baja Blast?
Diablo sauce?
It's funny how this
Yeah.
became targeted at someone, now it's targeted.
Yo, for real.
Alright, no, explain. Okay, is that it? Was that it? Was that the story?
Taco story, yeah. And then Victor was getting angry
Yeah.
too.
so
Victor
you
was
got
getting.
upset because of
Well,
It
everybody.
was a long
It was like
day.
We were
Yeah.
hangry. We were
Yeah.
extremely hangry. So we
It's
kind of
like
just
you were in
started talking.
Florida. Everyone's a cracker in Florida.
Yeah, But yeah,
What?
that was the story.
I can tell that from one. I can.
So Samal's the most likely to get upset. Is there anyone else in this room who you guys
Eric.
think would also?
Eric just is grumpy.
Eric gets grumpy,
He
I'd
gets in
say,
his
but he
feels.
gets upset.
But it's the same thing. Getting upset or in his mood, as we like to call it.
I'd say
it's
top.
the same thing.
I'd say just to make
Moody.
it more.
But I don't get confrontational like
Yeah,
you do.
I think-
You go for you literally get in that mood and you see red.
Exactly.
Me, I just get mad at the whole
I'm
situation.
pretty sure you've gotten mad at everyone in this.
Well, yeah, because you all do
You.
dumb stuff.
I think, like out of all of us, just to like say top 3, I guess. I'd say probably Samal. It gets obviously we said that. That's just a vote though.
That's
It's not-
number one. That's number one.
And then
Mine
you,
too,
I think
so-
Eric
Wait,
does
no,
get
no, I'm
upset
just like,
because, but he gets upset differently.
Well,
where he shuts down and
well,
he's
it's-
like closes off.
So what are you saying? Upset as in getting upset? So just in a bad mood.
Upset,
like
not
sad
angry.
or not
Yeah.
angry. Then yeah, then Eric
Eric
definitely
as
gets
well, then.
upset. If you
And
want to
then
call it that.
I would say myself as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I've
honest.
never seen you upset.
Oh, you don't want to
annoying.
see him upset.
That's what's funny. Out of probably everyone like outside of this group, maybe everyone thinks I'm probably the most like one of the most calm, but that's not true. I definitely get really mad sometimes.
If you push David's button, he.
What's funny is I go to red like quick. Like it's like almost like one little thing can make.
And also,
me upset.
when David gets upset, he just insults.
Yeah, I get pretty mean.
Yeah.
But
He
it's
goes.
just-
He just says, "That's dumb."
You're stupid.
I don't hold back anymore. I just think what I think. But yeah.
See, when I
It's
get
pretty bad.
confrontational, I want to have a discussion.
You get confrontational.
Discussion.
And when we get upset, you get
But
confrontational.
Samuel, the sky.
There are more than 3 tacos.
See that again. But yeah, Samal gets more
It's a
confrontational.
discussion, bro.
It's true. Eric gets like more like just sad upset,
Oh,
and
just
I
like-
definitely get really angry and very yeah, it can get pretty bad. But yeah, next question.
Alright,
Victor, what's the next question?
alright, so next question: who will be the richest in the future?
Are we doing the pointing again?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, top person. Who's gonna be the richest in the future?
Alright, me too.
Oh,
I need to
dang.
think.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2.
1.
Point to myself.
You said, oh, okay. So we got
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Wait,
can I
wait.
point to myself? I'm
Are you-
pointing to Victor.
I'm pointing to
we got
Victor.
2 votes at
2
me
votes to
and 2
David
votes
and
at Victor.
All right.
I mean,
All right. So both make your cases.
All right. I'm gonna be honest. I voted Ben, and I'm definitely. I don't think I'm gonna be the richest at all, but I see why. I'm probably the richest now,
I
but
think
that's
what I was
definitely not
thinking.
gonna be.
It's because he's the oldest.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, no, hold on. I want to.
But no, I've
I want to
been
go
the richest
Benji.
for the while though.
I couldn't see why Ben.
I say Ben
Honestly, I
because
almost want to change it.
the reason I say
Benji's plan to like
mortgages and
boost his investments
I didn't
by
go to you, bro.
5% or whatever he said.
yeah. So
Oh my
Benji's I
God.
think definitely the most financial smart person,
Benji's
and
gonna
then
go
I also
about
think
that.
Samal would be like second in that. The reason I go for Ben more is just because, well, at least for me, like Ben's talked more about that stuff. But I know Samuel is really wise, especially thinking about the future he has, like for himself, which I guess you'll find out in a future podcast
Yeah,
when we
absolutely.
have a special episode
Top
for him.
secret.
But yeah, I definitely would say for me personally, I'm not gonna be the richest because I'm more of a I like to spend and like
Likes to
have fun.
I'd agree with you.
But I do.
Yeah, see?
I concur.
Yeah.
But I think I will have a pretty good
I
like,
mean,
financial.
you'll be
stable.
comfortable.
I'll be stable.
Yeah.
That
And then-
midnight ice cream, bro.
Yeah, I go hard on the ice
Too
cream.
much Postmates.
investments,
huh?
but yeah. But yeah, I think definitely Ben Samuel
Yeah.
for me. Victor, I
I'd
see
say-
why you guys say Victor
Yeah.
because especially when we talked about life goals,
His
he's
goals.
definitely got goals. He's got goals to make money.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, I wish the best for him too. So hopefully he can succeed in that. And then obviously, you know, we're all friends, so he's gonna hook us up, you know.
Yeah. That's my dog.
But Victor, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, like
You got 2
I
people
see
voting.
you
why.
pointed to
Again,
David?
like I at first, just because I was thinking of the fact that like what he said,
Yeah.
right now he's
Yeah.
like the richest, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see why like 2 people voted to me because of the fact that we talked about.
And you literally
that.
said, I'm gonna make $1 million in 5
Yeah.
years.
So in reality, Ben is the top vote.
I think it's Ben.
I think Ben has made.
Ben, just because I feel like he's gonna be the one that maybe 10, 15 years from now he's gonna be in a Versace wardrobe.
No, that's
I like
why.
That's why I
Yeah,
wouldn't be.
yeah.
No, hold on.
Exactly.
Listen though, in a Versace wardrobe with Gucci underwear, waking up at 6 a.m. to
That's why-
just trade.
Why?
That's to trade stocks.
Okay,
I'm
why would
not a
someone
day
buy
trader.
Gucci underwear?
Why
It
not?
does the same thing as
But
American
see, that's
Eagle
the
underwear.
that's where it comes back around. I'm probably gonna be the one to do that, but Ben's gonna be the one wearing like regular clothes,
He's gonna be wearing good little
AIDS.
clothes.
and he's
Yeah.
gonna have more money. But because I spend on stupid stuff,
The only reason I would wear Gucci is if it was a brand deal.
or a
It
gift.
could be.
And a gift.
Could
yeah.
be.
Shout out Gucci.
Yeah, Gucci if you're watching.
Yeah, Gucci. Hook
Thumbs
us
up.
up.
All right. Next question. Who will play soccer the longest?
Who's gonna have the longest?
I got my
Ready?
Career?
Like, longest as in like career or like
We'll keep
Like-
playing
Well, I
soccer.
don't think we're any.
so like the one that
the
can
latest in
last
life.
the most in the team. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the latest in their life.
Sure.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm just going for the clout now.
I don't know.
So we got 3 at me.
Okay, well,
2 at Eric.
Okay, can we vote for
In
ourselves?
current
I was
current
pointing at-
He
position.
did vote for himself.
In current
Yeah, I would have
position.
voted for myself in the last one then.
In current
Oh, in
positions.
current position.
In current
No.
positions.
We don't know what we're
Eh,
doing.
no.
That's the confidence.
It's soccer in general. We're gonna be
Yeah.
playing
I was
soccer.
just saying.
well, okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna keep playing. Let's be honest. Like everybody's gonna
Shoot,
keep
my
playing as
God,
long as
my
they
God.
can. I think. So the only
gonna last?
ones
I'm
is
gonna break
either
down.
Ben or Eric if they get injured.
Oof.
And David gets injured a lot too, though. And me, like we all have our injuries. So that's the thing. I think we're all gonna keep playing as long as we possibly can because we enjoy playing
Yeah.
soccer. So I feel like this is not a great question.
Thanks for your info.
This is why you don't
To sum it up. So
This
the
is
reason
like
why
you're getting-
I don't think it's gonna be David is because David is already older.
Well, I'm saying like
Slightly.
at the
He's already
how-
having some
how old are you?
injury prone. I'm 24.
How old is David?
He's 26.
I haven't had a major
Oh.
injury though, like Eric has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you don't play. You refuse to not. You say defense is not really your position. So that always means you're up top, or you're playing in the mid.
Yeah.
I think injuries and legs will catch up to you, and you won't be able to play this. And then you won't find enjoyment in either goal or defense. I think at least might be able to if I really I don't say transfer, but if I actually make the move to goalie, I
What
think
is it,
just because goalies have a long career.
Yeah.
That's true. I would
On
say
average.
that that's the one thing that you could probably. I think
That's the only reason why.
that's the only reason.
Hey man, I enjoy playing defense.
But you play
know?
soccer less though. Like I think what will happen is there's a point where like you'll focus on other
And
things,
you'll be like, I won't have
and
time
you'll
to
be like,
play
I don't have
soccer.
time to play soccer because you already do that. That's the thing.
That's why I think
Versus
David, like,
I make soccer like a priority in
Mhm.
my life, where I would join a league by myself for fun. It's like,
yeah,
well, you guys
I
don't.
wouldn't do that,
You guys
no.
would only play pickup. So if that group gets smaller and smaller, I think me and Eric would probably be joining leagues. Like,
Or maybe
um,
Jake.
Me more than anybody.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, if you guys
What? I'm the least.
if you guys join the league, I would join too.
Yeah,
I
and
would.
then I joined because
Yeah,
someone else
yeah.
joined.
Then I would join because I would feel left out.
Big two.
Is like,
Go fly in
Oh,
every
Victor,
yeah,
week.
exactly.
Victor,
Presidential entries.
your ankle, bro.
His
Your
shoulder.
shoulder.
So to
It's
to
still
give
around,
some
bro.
to give some context, we've all had our fair share of injuries besides Jacob.
That's why I think Jacob.
The wagon injury of 06.
Mine.
Oh.
Eric has had the biggest injury where he had, what was it, an ACL?
Torn meniscus.
Torn meniscus. I've actually
Torn
had
meniscus
surgery.
Surgery.
Well, actually, where?
Right here, you can actually
You can see the scar tissue.
So Eric is the one that has the worst injury. David
still
has
stallion on the field.
Ankles
fractured.
and knees. No, not fractures. Just
it was sprained. Yeah.
sprained.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that happens. But
no,
so
that's happened before.
his
Hairline
ankle
fractures.
and your knee.
My knee, that one was probably like the hairline.
Yeah, and then we have Ben, who's had issues with his hips.
I have a bad hip.
And
Hips don't lie, yeah.
currently,
Benji's gonna be
Benji's been
playing with the middle hip.
Benji's been struggling with a couple injuries.
yeah, so Benji currently has a quadricep injury.
It's always muscle.
The muscles, but that's easily avoidable. That's something that like
If you
heals
rest.
itself.
You rest and stretch.
If I rest and stretch, I'll be fine.
If you go to a
But
doctor,
Nah.
And then
We don't do that here.
Victor has had issues with his ankle, I believe.
Yeah.
Anything else?
His
I
shoulder.
think that's like the major
Which doesn't
thing,
play
my
into
ankle.
soccer.
Or yeah, my shoulder's
ankle,
been
yeah.
more, but yeah.
And then for me, it's been my left knee, which I had that one game where I hyperextended it and then I twisted it.
Yeah, it was.
All in one
But it
move.
was a while.
It was a while ago. Still bothers me a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
so you have scar tissue.
Probably.
Alright, next. Go ahead, Timmy, read it out loud.
Who is most likely to be a drama queen?
What's the point?
1, ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, you pointed to Sam.
Chill.
We got 3 on Eric and
We
oh,
got
4
like
on
4.
Eric.
Yeah, dude.
1
got
on
the whole
Sam.
community.
and
Yeah,
Eric.
you
guys yeah, okay.
I think we have the whole
Wait, who did you point at?
You.
David.
Alright, so I guess top 3 right now voted on his.
The same people that get
Eric.
upset.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Wait, why me, the drama queen?
You make every little thing like you're a drama queen, dude. To be honest.
Nah.
You make the little things, but you blow them up to proportion.
As an example, shall we take a look at the last podcast? The coffee
With
talk.
coffee.
Oh. Oh my god.
There you go. I mean, there's examples right there.
And it's all over the internet.
And
It's
then the
viral.
next vote was for someone. I think that the reasons for us being voted probably because we get the most upset. I guess.
I don't feel like I'm a drama queen.
I don't think you're a drama
You just
queen
take
either.
everything too hard.
I think David's more of a drama queen.
I'm
than
more
Sam.
of a drama queen than Samuel, I think, because I will exaggerate it more, I think,
Yeah,
than Samuel.
definitely.
But it's like I make it like, oh, look at me, like this is a big deal. This is a big
It's a
deal.
different
Versus
sense.
Samuel will get like
Logic.
confrontational, but it's different than like making like, hey, everyone, look at me, like I'm upset or I care about this. So, yeah.
Like
I mean, it
in
makes
soccer,
sense.
in soccer, for example, if David gets hit, he yells.
He
He's
does a
like,
name
"Oh,
drop."
why'd you hit me?"
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
he complains and whatnot, and then Eric does too.
Oh no!
But I don't
That only get like that because you guys tell me to calm down, and that's like the worst thing you can tell someone. Don't tell them to just calm down,
Because then they'll act like a
because
drama
then,
queen.
because then now, chill. Now I'm reacting to what you guys are
This
telling
is a
me.
losing battle, bud. I'm sorry.
Drama queen. Again,
Alright.
example. Alright, last question, which we have on for today's podcast is
I got
who
one.
is most likely to die in a zombie apocalypse? You guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna go with what I'm gonna do this for the bit, and I'm gonna go with what Eric and Ben I know will point at. Alright, ready? One,
Are you sure?
because I kind of.
Are you sure? Hold on.
I kind of agree.
Alright, let's stop
I
giving
think
hints.
some
Stop
of
giving
those-
hints. Stop
Alright,
giving
ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
hints. Wait, Victor.
Originally, I said Victor.
How did I have a feeling that you would point at me too? I knew.
I
Alright,
think it would have
let's
been
explain.
I wouldn't know.
Or what do you want to
Wait, why didn't you point at me?
Because I feel like you just like you do
I-
something
honestly, I was
crazy.
thinking
I go
about-
break grills, man.
I was just thinking about volleyball and like when you were like going out making those grunts and being like.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No, you just go. Okay, in a zombie apocalypse, I see you just running into the street and just yelling out something about your wagon.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all the zombies are running at you. That's why I said.
That's what I was thinking basically.
But realistically, it would be Victor.
I feel like the same thing you can say about
Alright.
Victor. I feel like Victor would be the one that we're like, Victor, shh, you gotta be quiet. Okay. Then knocks everything on, like, makes a huge
What?
noise, and we're like, gosh.
I think Victor would be the one because he's just like, he's almost too like gullible maybe, where he like falls for something, where like
I'm not a zombie.
there's like something in a room, and instead of being more careful, he's like, oh, I think it's like Eric. He opens the door and it's like not Eric.
I could see that actually.
So I feel like
Yeah.
Victor would just accidentally fall into the wrong
I agree
like
with
scenario.
I mean,
Why'd you point at me?
I chose David because he would get tired of it, and then he'd just give up.
That makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, actually.
I can see that. I can see that.
It's too
I
much.
would-
It's too much work for him.
It's
If
not
you
in his job description.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, that's what David would.
I
David would be like, dude, I've been doing this for like 2 months. You know, it's not really worth it. And then he just.
You think
give up.
you think I would give up before Victor falls into something?
No, I think Victor would actually fall into it first.
Oh my.
Because yeah, I mean it's true. Victor would hear a noise of some sort, and he's like,
Let me go check it out.
Exactly. He's that those white people in the movies.
What?
He just opened the door and it's like, I wonder what that is,
What?
and then all of a sudden he's a zombie, you know?
Guys, there's a
So
killer
I
out
went
here.
for a zombie movie where he dies real quick.
Yeah.
You'd be like, guys, there's a killer outside. Oh, let me go talk to him real quick. Let me give him my mixtape.
You check my video.
Check out my video.
But,
All right.
Me and the zombie just became best friends.
that would be Victor.
Next video idea.
Oh snap! Next music video, a zombie one.
There you go.
That's a lot of production though. I don't know about
You
that.
got it.
But yeah.
Eric can be the zombie.
I'll buy you Starbucks.
But,
Starbucks, just count me in, shoot.
but yeah, that's what we had, I guess, for this episode. For like, we're gonna try to add like the little segment where we do most likely or would you rather, that kind of thing at the end, just to kind of close it out and just kind of have a laugh at the end. But yeah, that was it for this podcast. Thanks for Samuel and Jacob for joining us for the end. Catch you guys next week for another podcast. See ya.
See ya.
Peace out.